afternoon. I'm Kay Malaske. I'm the Manager of Trade Relations and Education for the Duckhorn portfolio of wineries. The Duckhorn portfolio of wineries includes a whole collection of luxury tier wineries, and we're anchored in St. Helena, California. The original business upon which everything else was created is Duckhorn Vineyards, and that's where I actually am today. To tell you a little bit about Duckhorn Vineyards means I need to introduce our founders, Dan and Margaret Duckhorn. This intrepid, energetic couple came to the Napa Valley in the mid-70s and started the business where I am today. This husband and wife team were particularly devoted to and enthusiastic about Merlot. So Duckhorn Vineyards set out to become the preeminent producer of luxury tier Merlot in the United States. And today we actually create 6 distinctive Merlots here at Duckhorn Vineyards. All of these wines are 100% grown in Napa Valley, and they are largely comprised of fruit grown on our own estate vineyards. The Napa Valley Merlot from our company, the Napa Valley Cabernet, the Napa Valley Sauvignon Blanc, these are all stunning and delicious examples of what we're able to do. 43 years of esteemed winemaking, a beautiful visitor center where we actually host our guests, history, accolades, soul. It's a wonderful winery, and I'm delighted that you're interested in us. 2 of the wines that we make at Duckhorn Vineyards are actually available at Uncorked in Saratoga, and I wanted to give you a thought about these 2 wines. The 2 wines that are available at your favorite wine shop are our Sauvignon Blanc and our Cabernet Sauvignon. To describe these wines a little bit, our Sauvignon Blanc is surprisingly complex. We actually utilize a second grape called Semillon in making this wine, 16% Semillon in fact, and a little bit of barrel aging, 5 months of Sur-Lie aging in French oak. Those additional steps build a Sauvignon Blanc with elegance and depth. This has layers of flavor. Think about tropical tones like pineapple, maybe even mango, and then even some stone fruit like peach, even citrusy, a little bit lemon-like. Wonderful food wine, and actually one of the top-selling Sauvignon Blancs made in California. It's deeply popular, and we're really, really proud of this wine. I'm sure you will enjoy it if you take it home with you this evening or whenever you have an opportunity. Another one of our stalwarts, something we've been producing actually since 1978, is Cabernet Sauvignon. Cabernet Sauvignon here in Napa Valley is a very, very important wine. In fact, Cabernet is the most planted grape in this valley, and we've been making Cabernet our entire career, just like Merlot. What you'll find with Duckhorn Vineyards Cabernet Sauvignon is a real polished and poised presentation of Cabernet. So think about nice smooth tannins, a lot of upfront fruit, but some good acidity and some good backbone. We strive to make wines that are ready to go when they are released. So this is open, generous, fruitful, and very well balanced. Excellent examples of Sauvignon Blanc and Cabernet Sauvignon. So Duckhorn Vineyards is one winery inside our group, as I was speaking of, the Duckhorn portfolio. And one of the ideas that Dan Duckhorn very much believed in, that he instigated, is what we call specialization as opposed to generalization. So that means each of the Duckhorn portfolio wineries, whether it be Decoy or Goldeneye or Paradox or Migration or Duckhorn Vineyards, each winery has a very specialized mission. Duckhorn Vineyards produces Napa Valley Merlot, Cabernet, and Chardonnay at a rare level of greatness. At Paradox, we make nothing but blends. At Goldeneye, we focus on Anderson Valley Pinot Noir. Each one of these wineries is under the care and direction of its own winemaker. So that person is responsible for getting the magic into the bottle. And here at Duckhorn Vineyards, our wines are prepared by a woman named Renee Airy. And Renee joined us about 15 years ago, originally to be the manager of our laboratory. Then she moved into the assistant winemaker role. And in 2014, she ascended to winemaker. And she often describes herself as simply trying to be as unobtrusive as possible. She has the most extraordinary fruit to work with, and her job is to not get in the way of where the wines want to go. So she would say she guides them into the bottle, and she does a marvelous job. So we were here making wine for many, many years before we actually opened a tasting room. I kind of like that. I like thinking that we were practicing getting it into the bottle before we went into what I call the come see us business. So we had wines in the bottle, but not a proper place to show them. That all changed in 2000 when we opened the Estate House. It is beautiful, it is spacious, it's styled after a turn-of-the-century farmhouse, and we do the majority of our service outdoors using these wraparound veranda and terrace areas as well as our garden areas. It's a seated tasting. I think we have some of the best wine educators working in Napa Valley. We are trying to put forth a very sincere and gracious presentation and show these wines with the love that they deserve. If you'd like to enjoy a tasting at Duckhorn Vineyards, and we definitely invite you to come by, we do service all of our guests by appointment. We're open 7 days a week. With major holidays, we are closed. We take our tasting visitors between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., and you can book those tastings right on the platform Talk, T-O-C-K, and I bet you could also talk to your friendly folks at Uncorked, and they can be the bridge to our winery. We'd love to see you.